Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to knit the network lace stitch. This is a traditional pattern and it's an open work lace pattern. I would put this at an advanced beginner or an intermediate level, and the pattern produces a fabric that lays pretty flat and it is completely reversible. However, it tends to scrunch up a little bit, so it does require some blocking. So in the sample that I've knit up here, I have not blocked it, and as you can see it wants to just scrunch up together, but if you were to block it, then you'll notice that it spreads out and it actually produces these beautiful, pretty little eyelets or holes. And I think it looks really beautiful. It would work as a great pattern for scarves or shawls or afghans rather. It would be a great pattern. So let me show you how it's done. I have provided the pattern details in the description field, and it is knit over a multiple of 4 stitches. And it's a 3-row repeat. So I have cast on here 16 stitches using the long tail cast on. You can use any cast on you'd like, and I'm just using the double pointed needles for the demonstration. You don't need them for the pattern. So 16 stitches here, which is a multiple of 4, and the very first row, it's just a knit. Now the key thing with this pattern is that you do want to use a very loose tension. Keep a very loose tension. So as you can see, as I'm doing this very first row, the knit row, I am holding the yarn really loose. So I'm just going to go ahead and knit all these stitches. And that's the end of row 1. I'll turn around, row 2. Now for row 2, the first 2 stitches are just a purl 2. So we're just going to do a regular purl 1 and a purl 2. And then starts the pattern repeat, which is yarn over and a P4 together, purl 4 together. So we're going to take the yarn over like so, just bring it around that right needle, and now we're going to purl 4 stitches together. So this is why you need a loose tension. Take your right needle and insert it in the front loops of all 4 stitches. Might seem a little awkward at first, but if your stitches are loose enough, this should not be a problem. And purl them. Okay. Don't split the yarn, and then drop all 4 stitches together. Okay, we'll see that a couple more times. So again, repeat, yarn over and purl 4 together. And remember, you're inserting the needle, just regular purl through the front loops of all 4 stitches, and yarn over, purl 4 together. And you do this repeat until the last 2 stitches, which are just a regular purl 1, purl 2. And that is the end of row 2. You're going to turn your work and start row 3. Before we do that though, I just want to let you know, you'll notice that the stitch count has decreased. So in row 2, the stitch count actually goes down. Now we'll make up all those stitches in row 3, but just note that the number of stitches at the end of row 2 will be lower than what you originally cast on. Now row 3, the first 2 stitches are a knit 2. So you're going to do a knit 1 and knit 2. Then starts the pattern repeat, which you're going to do all the way to the last 2 stitches. So the pattern repeat is you just do a knit 1, and then in the next stitch you do a knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, all in the same stitch. Now you'll notice that this next stitch was our yarn over stitch. So we're going to do a knit 1, so insert and knit, but don't throw the stitch off the left needle. Bring the yarn to the front, do a purl 1 through that same stitch, same front loop of that stitch, and then take the yarn to the back and do a knit 1 through that same front loop of that stitch. So we've made 3 stitches out of that 1 stitch. Now we toss it out, and that is our pattern repeat. Knit 1 and a knit, purl, knit in the same stitch. So knit, yarn to the front, purl, take the yarn back to the back, knit, drop. Okay, we'll do it one more time. Knit 1, knit, purl, knit. And the last 2 stitches, when you get to the last 2 stitches, you're just going to do a knit 1, knit 2. And you'll start to see the beautiful pattern form. it actually forms these pretty little triangles, and then you've got the little eyelets or the holes, or I should say the large eyelets or the holes. And as you can see, this is what it'll look like once you've knit up a few rows. And I'm using a cotton yarn here, a cotton blend yarn here, and I think the pattern looks really good with a cotton blend yarn, a yarn that doesn't have much stretch to it, because then it will not, it won't scrunch up as much as it does with an acrylic yarn or a wool blend yarn. So you might want to consider that if you're going to use this pattern for a shawl or an afghan. So I hope you give this one a try. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments field for me. Click the like button if you've liked the video, and please subscribe to my channel. Feel free to share the video, and I hope to see you again on another new stitch video really soon. Thanks for watching and happy knitting!